Hello Mallards, it is Monday and I'm actually going to be talking to you about the senior free plays for Montverde Academy. I know I'm in my house and not at Montverde Academy, it might be a little confusing. It is because unfortunately I was unable to catch these shows in person due to some rehearsal conflicts, but I did decide to watch some videos of them, and so I'm going to talk about each of them because I'm delighted that I still had the opportunity to experience them. This is my favorite thing at Montverde, so it was honestly a little soul crushing that I couldn't be there, but it is when all of the seniors get to just create something, and I love seeing the things they come up with. So the first one was Socky Sock and his best friend Jimmy, which was Alex's show. And it was a really heartwarming tale of a guy and his imaginary friend from when he was little, that he revisits in a house as he's older. And he talks about not being a hero anymore, and his imaginary friend Saki is trying to convince him that he is indeed still a hero, even if he doesn't realize it. And I thought that the piece was really beautiful and really touching. Alec did such a good job putting this together. I was very emotional during the whole thing. It's a heart-wrenching tale, but it has a very happy ending, and I really enjoyed it. Unfortunately, the video was a little fuzzy, so I can't say much about the staging, but it is saying something that when everybody was just blurs, I still understood the emotion, and by tracking the blurs' movements across the stage could infer what was happening in the action, because they did a lot of it vocally and they're playing big to the stage, so I was still able to understand the meat of the story even without being able to see everything clearly. So props for that, and thanks for writing such an amazing piece. Now I'm gonna watch the next one and then come talk to you about it. Yes, I've switched locations. I've decided I'm just gonna film in different places in my house for every single one of these. So I've watched the second senior free play. This is Ellie's. It's called Stranger, and it was a jukebox musical / song cycle. I think probably leaning a little bit more towards song cycle because it didn't necessarily follow a linear storyline all the way through. But Ellie carried that entire show on her shoulders, singing almost every single song, which is really impressive for a 25-minute show. 25 minutes of straight singing, super impressive. But the entire thing was gorgeous. The lighting design was magnificent. The changes in set and the movement from song to song and scene to scene was beautiful. That red suit, immaculate. Absolutely immaculate. And all of the other performers were giving it their all. It's really impressive for me to watch something come together at this level for senior free play, because this is just something that they are creating with their own time and their friends. And so to bring a whole song cycle like that together, and all of these beautiful parts, all of the movement and the choreography, it was beautiful. I really, really, really enjoyed it. It was nice to see, and it has a clear emotional heart through the whole thing that I really enjoyed. And did I mention the lighting design already? Because I feel like I should mention the lighting design again, because the lighting design is so good. I promised you a different location for every little bit, so welcome to my closet curtain. I just watched Sydney's senior free play. It's called Love of My Life, and it was a little concert of songs that mean a lot to her. And I could listen to Sydney sing forever, as could anyone else who has ever heard her sing. She is incredible. She's a phenomenal vocalist, and she brought some other incredible vocalists up to perform with her, and she talked about what each song meant to her and why she chose it. It was really beautiful. It started too with a video of her as a 5-year-old singing Part of Your World from Little Mermaid, and then transitioned into her singing it. So the video was on the projector and then she took over, which was very Bonnie and Clyde of her, which was really funny because then she talked about Bonnie and Clyde and sang a song from Bonnie and Clyde because she likes the character Bonnie, and it's one of the roles that she would want to play someday. So I thought that that was really fun, and it was beautiful. I just sat down and watched and vibed and totally understand why she got a standing ovation at the end of it. I love hearing stories about why songs are important to people, why they choose things, what makes them and drives them to create the parts of the senior free play. It's one of the things I miss about not having been there is I don't have the opportunity to ask them about the creation, because I think what drives you to create things is one of the things that interests me the most. So it was nice to get a peek into Sydney's mind and find out what makes her tick. I loved it. And now I'm going to watch another one. Next location, all of the posters that are behind my bed. And I just watched the Happy Hour Project, which is Maddie's senior free play, and it was everything I expected it to be. It was so beautifully and perfectly Maddie. The thing that I love best about Maddie is her chaotic energy and her willingness to just throw herself into everything. She does absolutely everything with her whole self. And so I was super looking forward to her senior free play because I knew it would be that level of energy. And I was not disappointed. This entire show is chaotic, it's wild, it's loud, it's surreal at points. It's musical, it's dance, it's theater, it's just everything all rolled into one, and you're gonna have an entertaining time. And I really liked that energy that not only Maddie had, but she clearly draws out of everyone else, including some special guests. So it was really fun to see all of that happen and just see the sort of fun, chaotic energy that they built as this show. I had such a wonderful time at this one, and I laughed several times and just really enjoyed the performances from everyone. The final senior free play was Jack and Issa's joint venture called Announcement, and it had incredible dance, which is not surprising. That is Issa's specialty. I thought that her choreography was gorgeous. Dance is one of those things that if you've been watching my vlogs for a while and you've heard me talk about theater, you know that dance isn't something that I always necessarily understand. I can be impressed by the execution, but sometimes I feel like it's a language that I don't necessarily speak. But I will say that combining Issa's choreography with the way that Jack did technical stuff, like the lighting design for this really evoked different emotions throughout, which helped me pay more attention to the dances, which I thought was really cool. It was beautiful, and then angry, and then sad and comforting, and then hopeful, and then a tap number, and it just flowed very nicely, and I enjoyed every minute of it. All of the seniors did such a good job. I had such a lovely time watching these shows. I want to congratulate all of them. I'm sorry that I wasn't there in person, but I will be back at Montverde this week for Junior 1 acts. And so I will see some of those lovely people in person so that I can tell them how impressed I was by these shows. And I know they're all going to go on to do absolutely incredible things. And now the incredible thing that I'm going to do is get some sleep, and I'll see you tomorrow.